Lucky you guys. You get me literally at the end of the night, which means that I look the worst I possibly can. Like, no shower, no nothing, okay? So, anyways, I want to get started with this training because it is going to be a lengthier training. I'm going to try to fit it all into one training. If I cannot, we're going to have a second training on this. And that way I can get all the info in, because following up is the best like method of enrolling loyal customers, and it's something that needs to be done. Like, absolutely needs to be done. So in case anybody didn't know, I've always had a fear of doing follow-ups. So how many of you guys here, like right now, have a fear of like following up with people? I guess I'm the only one. So as far as that's like one of my biggest things. A lot of people, they fear like, sending out that initial message, posting on Facebook, stuff like that, yada yada yada. Me, it's always been, my anxiety revolves around going through my follow-ups, and I don't know exactly why it is, but it's something that I've had to just get over. It is something that it makes me extremely uncomfortable, but we push through it because nothing good ever comes from staying in your comfort zone, right? We always are going to have to push ourselves outside of the comfort zone. So I want to go through follow-ups because I want everybody to be good at doing the follow-ups and making sure that they're doing the thing that they need to be doing the most of, in order to make this happen. Okay. And so the fortune's always in the follow-up. And one thing that you always want to think to yourself when you're thinking about doing your follow-ups is, if you don't follow up with these people, then someone else is going to. I had posted a video a while ago. I don't even know if a lot of you guys were even in the group chat at this time when I posted this video. I'll have to do it again in our group chat, where there was this lion that was sitting there and just watching, all the elk hop by, just watching, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then all of a sudden you see this other lion come in right behind it and take the elk down. And it makes it so that lion that was waiting didn't actually get its dinner that night. And so that's exactly what you want to think about when you're thinking about following up or not following up, is that, do you want to be that lion who is going after what they want, or do you want to be that lion that's sitting there waiting for people to come to them? Okay. So that's why the follow-up is so important. On average, you're looking at anywhere from, and I've heard this differently from several different sources, but on average, you're looking around anywhere from 3 to 10 follow-ups per person before they actually get started. You want to make sure you're thinking about, when you first got started, how many times did you think about this business? How many times did you think about becoming a loyal customer? How many times have you done a host post for your enroller? How many times did your enroller ask you if you wanted to become a loyal customer or distributor? That's how many times you're going to have to ask other people, okay? And sometimes it's going to be even more. I know that I have people that are on my team. I know I have loyal customers that have enrolled with me that I've had to follow up with 20 plus times. Okay. So if you're thinking, oh, well, I followed up with this person, 12 times and they just don't want it and I'm going to delete them off Facebook. What you don't understand is, once they're interested, they're always interested. It doesn't matter whether, you follow up with them 3 times or 50 times. They're going to be interested until they say yes, or they block you, one or the other. Okay. And so you want to literally message them and keep following up with them and building that relationship with them until they completely don't want to be friends with you on Facebook anymore. Which is very rare that happens. Most of the time they get signed up, or they take a while to do the follow-up, and then all of a sudden they get started. Okay. So one thing, when you're getting started writing down your potentials list, one thing I want to make sure everybody had in common. Okay. I'm going to go through 3 different follow-ups that you need to be doing every single month. And so the first one is going to be for your loyal customers. Everybody should have a loyal customers list, like a potential loyal customers list. Okay. This is literally my personal notebook. I have like over 500 people in here that I have personally messaged and asked them about the products and they have either said yes, no, yes, maybe, you know, responded in some way other than no. So what goes in this notebook is literally when I message someone about the product and they say anything but no, they get their name right in this notebook, okay? And these are the people that I'm going to be following up with at the end of the month. Same with potential distributors. If you message someone about becoming a potential distributor and they say anything but no, you're going to put their name in a notebook. I have two separate notebooks. So this is my loyal customer one. I have one for distributors, and every single month I go through that book and I start messaging every single one. Now, when it comes to getting those potentials in that book, we all know, you know, I've been doing the 20-20-20 messaging for like ever now. That's something I do have a YouTube training on. If you don't know what that is, you need to go check it out, because it is like the best way to alphabetically message and not get blocked from sending messages. All right. So make sure that you're writing down everybody, and then you want to follow up with them. Okay. Different people have different ways of following up with people. Okay. So some people I know do like their follow-ups weekly. Some people, they do it, you know, after they message someone, they'll message them the first week, and then they'll wait 2 weeks and they'll follow up with that person again. And then they'll wait 3 weeks and they'll follow up with that person again. And then they'll wait a week and they'll follow up again. I personally, I follow up weekly, and it's not that I follow up in the same way every single time. With me following up, I follow up the first week about the product, of course. It's usually on a Friday. I go through and I'll follow up with all my people about the product. I'll follow up about the opportunity. So if I've already asked them about the product twice, I usually throw in and say, hey, I don't know if you would need this, or you know someone who would, but do you know anybody who'd be open to making some extra cash from their phone? Or even just bluntly asking them if they've ever thought about doing what you do. That's a follow-up, because you've already talked to them about the product. Now you're just going to follow up with them about the business. And so maybe they're interested in the product, but they don't have the money for it. But if you offered them this opportunity, they might take it. And that might be something that they need. And good thing is they get to use the product and make money at the same time, right? So you want to make sure you're throwing that out there. If I have messaged them about the product twice, the opportunity once, I messaged them a host of posts, and I literally asked them if they would want in on my giveaway. And so that makes it so that I'm changing my script every single time. They're not getting the same exact message consistently. They're not getting, hey, I have 2 spots left for this. Hey, I have 2 spots left for this. Hey, I have 1 spot left for this. Hey, I'm down to 1 spot. Do you want it? You know, they're not getting that same exact message every single time. And so following up doesn't always mean messaging them that same message saying that you're unlimited time. Okay. Switch it up. Talk to them about the opportunity. Talk to them about doing a host to post. And then I go back to the product usually, and I'll ask them about either that product or a different product. Don't feel afraid to ask them about a different product, even though you know they're interested in weight loss. Throw it out there that you've got a couple of positions open or a couple of spots open for your hair challenge. And, you know, just because they weren't hopping on that weight loss program right off the bat, they might hop on the hair, skin, and nails, and then you can upsell them to the weight loss challenge if you know that they were already interested in it, right? And so getting them started with that. And then same with when they love a post, okay? What I like to do is when someone comments or likes on my post, I don't care whether they're a potential or they're a loyal customer or whether I've never talked to them about the business before. I literally message everybody and I say, hey, thanks for the love on my post. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? I always follow up like that. And I've gotten so many distributors from that message alone. I guarantee you at least half the people on this page right now got that message from me before they got started. Okay. So that's another way to follow up. Another thing too is that good quality follow-ups are really, really important. And so if you have someone that you've been following up with for a while and they still haven't taken it, maybe going to their page and literally just creeping their page, seeing if you have something in common or seeing if you have something that you can compliment them on or ask them a question about or something like that. Okay. Like if you see something on there, like I have girls all over my Facebook, that are pregnant just like me. I would go and look on their page, see that they're pregnant, and I'll start talking to them about when they're due and like what their due date is. Are they having a boy or girl? Like just having fun with it and really building that relationship, because I know that once they have that baby and they see that I'm on my weight loss challenge after I have my baby, they're going to want to hop in with me because they've already built that relationship with me, and it's kind of like doing it with a friend. Okay. So that's how I pretty much follow up with that. So good quality follow-ups are really, really good. And then I literally follow up until the yes follows through, or they delete me off Facebook. And it is going to happen. There are going to be some people who are going to delete you off Facebook, and that's totally fine. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty more people to follow up with. And if you're not growing that potentials list daily, you're going to have no one to follow up with eventually, because you're already going to either enroll them as a loyal customer, enroll them as a distributor, or they're going to be deleting you, one or the other. So make sure you're growing that potentials list all the time. So the second type of follow-up that I wanted to go through is your loyal customers. Okay. How many of you guys follow up with your loyal customers monthly? Like your current loyal customers that you have? Okay. If you are currently not following up with your loyal customers, you need to start doing it now. Take care of those loyals, because those are the people who, if you build that relationship with them and you talk to them about the products all the time, you talk to them about who they are, what they like, stuff like that, those loyal customers can either become a distributor on your team because they like the product or they like the services, or they can order more product from you. They can go on, instead of just doing a 3-month trial, they could do a 6-month trial. Especially after that 6 months, they get a $50 shopping spree. Does anybody know that? They get a $50 shopping spree after they go through 6 months. So when you're building that relationship with them over that 3 months, at like in the middle of that 3 months, or towards the end of it, mention to them like, hey, if you sign up for 3 more months with this product, then I'm going to give you a $50 shopping spree. Not $50 membership fee. Sorry, guys. I'm going to give you a $50 shopping spree. Okay. You can say that. You can claim that, because that's what happens. That's a loyal customer program. Okay. So making sure you're following up with them monthly. So the common questions that I ask them is literally, how are you doing with the product? What's your results looking like? How are you feeling? Asking them if they are interested in trying, a different program, or adding something on, or telling them that we have a deal with something, they can get 40% off on this product or this deal, and then rolling with it and getting that, talking to them about that, just building that relationship with them. I have quite a few loyal customers that I've personally enrolled that have signed up with me for 3 months. And because I talk to them all the time, I'm commenting on their page, I'm liking their stuff. I'm adding them into my host to post every single month. Like, I'm really talking to them about, their progress with our products. They are continuing to go. I have like 3 girls who have literally been with me for almost a year, because I just continuously build that relationship with them and I have fun with it. Yes, I've asked them several times to join this business. They probably will join me eventually. It's just not their time right now. And so that's something that you can do too, is if you build that relationship, they're watching your journey even closer than they would if you weren't building that relationship with them. And through them watching your journey, they're going to start seeing your success. They're going to start seeing everybody else's success that you're working with, and so on and so forth. And so following up with them is so important. And I want to show you guys my follow-up method. Okay. So I have note cards. How many of you guys use like notebooks for your LC follow-ups? Like, you're currently enrolled. Okay. How many of you guys use the note card method? Okay. Yeah. I think I only taught this to you, Heather. Okay. So I want to show you guys how I do this. Okay. It's very, very, very simple, but I'm telling you, like, it is a life changer. I used to do the notebook. I used to write them all down in a notebook, but I switched this up. I watched a Zoom that April Jennings had done a while ago, probably like, I don't know, 7 months ago, something like that. And she had shown us this. And so I want to show you guys, okay? So let me grab someone who's still going, okay? This is one of like my favorite loyal customers. She's been going for a while now, since 10/31, okay? She's been ordering from me. So I take a note card. When someone orders from me, I take this note card and I write their name down on it. And I'm gonna try to flip this around for you guys so you guys can see it, but I don't want you guys to see the password on her account. So if you look at this, okay, you can see her name, her first name and last name, her loyal customer ID number, and then you see the, I don't know if you can see this underneath, but this is the date that she enrolled and the product that she enrolled with. Some of them I've updated, and I haven't updated hers because she's literally been doing like the same exact thing forever now because she loves the products, okay? And then I do the 60 BV. All right. So I put their name, the ID number, the date that they enrolled, the product they enrolled with, and the BV that they brought onto my chart. I just want to make sure you guys can see that, okay? So this is what I do. And when I'm organizing, okay, you see I've got my little block right here with all my note cards. What I do is I organize these on the first of every single month. I take the very first week out, and I will, like, say this is the very first week, okay? I'll take the very first week and I will, I'll follow up with all these people. And then towards like the middle of the first week, I will take the second week out. Okay, I'll take the second week out. And I will follow up with all of these people, letting them know that their auto shipment's about to run, asking them if they want to try something new, or if they want to if they want to try the 40% off on whatever. You can say that you've got a couple spots open for hair, skin, and nails, and it doesn't hurt to ask, okay? And so that's what I do with my loyal customers. Following up with the loyal customers are probably the easiest because you've got them right there. You know what they've tried. You know them by now. You know what they're doing. Asking them if they need any help or tips or guides. Asking them if they're using your What the Fit app. Not What the Fit app. Yeah, is it called What the Fit app? Okay, because we used to have a different one. So I'm like thinking in my head it was something completely different. So anyways, so I follow up with them, okay, until I get all the way to the last one. If they end their auto shipment, let me just see if I have someone. If they end their auto shipment, okay, I put on here, let me just try to cover this up. I put on here, you see how it says no auto? I know it's really, really small, but it says no auto right there. Okay, I put it on there that they ended their auto shipment, okay? And I do this for a reason, so that when I go to follow up with them, I know that I'm not talking to them about an auto shipment, and I don't have to go through eSuite and look and see what their auto shipment is. I know what it was right then and there. And then I can offer them things. So I can say, hey, since you're already a loyal customer, I wanted to reach out to you and let you know that I have a couple of 90-day challenges for whatever product, or I can get you 40% off 1 month only on this product, okay? And so you can mention that to them and go back, and you could get loyal customers who haven't ordered from you in a while to order again. It's amazing how it works, especially because they're already a loyal customer. They never have to do that 90-day challenge ever again, right? And so they like that comfortability of being able to order whenever they want. But letting them know too that there's an urgency to it, and saying, I've got a couple spots open for this. Do you want to try it? You get 40% off because you've already gotten started with me, and no commitment needed. Like something wicked, wicked simple like that. Okay. I do that a lot. And especially when there's promotions coming out, that is like the best time to follow up with people, because you want to get to them before everybody else does. All right. Because when there's huge promotions that come out, like let's say the $20 business builder kits, okay, You better believe I followed up with every single person on my potential distributors list, and then went down my potential loyal customers list and asked them if they've ever thought about doing what I do on the very first day that the $20 business builder kits came out. Okay. It is not the best idea to wait, because I'm telling you, everybody's going to hop on it as soon as it comes out. Same with like the buy one, get one free on wraps. It is totally okay if you talk to someone about hair, skin, and nails, and the wraps come out and you ask them if they would be interested in them. You know, you just never know what type of goals that someone has. And just because they talk to you about hair, skin, and nails does not mean that they don't want to tighten, tone, and firm too, right? And so you want to make sure you use that to your advantage anytime that we have a promo going on with your current loyal customers, with your potential loyal customers, and even your potential distributors. You want to go down that list. I have a feeling something huge is going to be coming soon because of these new products that are about to come out. And so you want to keep that in mind, that on that day when it comes out, you need to be messaging all of your potentials, all of your loyal customers, all your potential distributors, and just go down that list right on that first day. Because if you don't, someone else is going to. And I'm telling you this because it's happened to me several times. Okay. So as far as that goes, so that's following up with that. So then the last type of follow-up that I want to go over is following up with your distributors. Okay. So I think almost all of you on here have, I think only like a couple of you don't have any distributors, but show of hands, how many of you guys follow up with all your distributors on the regular? Okay. So it doesn't matter whether your distributor has fallen off the bandwagon.
No, excuse me.
I don't know who that is. I'm going to mute that.
No.
Okay. So, when it comes to distributors, okay, so following up with them, when a distributor first starts with you, what you want to be doing is following up daily at the beginning. You want to make sure that you're following up with them every single day, reaching out to them, asking them what their goals are, talking to them about maybe a power hour that you're doing, getting excited that they are getting going, talking to them about, you know, what they've done, how many potential they've got, and stuff like that. Okay. Following up with them daily. Build a business relationship with your downline. And I'm not saying because you have to become best friends with your downline. Honestly, I've learned over time, when it comes to your downline, you don't want to build a friendship with them until they can fall and get back up, because you are going to get emotionally attached to them. And when they quit, it's going to be heart-wrenching. And so, especially if you're like me, and I know a lot of you guys on here are yellows, I'm telling you, it's going to hurt like hell. It just is. And so you want to make sure that you are paying attention to that when you're talking to your downline distributors, really finding out what they want, and really going with it from that point. And then doing like power hours together, finding out what their color is and what they want, and really understanding what they want, but understanding, you know, whether it's super important to them or not. And then you're going to get a lot of distributors who are going to fall off the bandwagon. Okay. How many of you guys have had a distributor that you've personally enrolled that has fallen off the bandwagon? Okay. How many of you yourself have fallen off the bandwagon? All right. Me too. Me too. All of us have. All of us have. And if you have not yet, there is a time where you might fall off the bandwagon, just so you know. And you have to know that your enroller is still going to be there when you get back up. That's the thing. And it's totally 100% your choice, your decision. You're going to have downline distributors who fall off the bandwagon. Okay. I've had several of them. I can't even tell you how many I've had, because I've enrolled over 200 people. It's insane. But the thing is that no matter if they fell off the bandwagon or not, if they're falling out of their business, life happens, stuff like that, still follow up with them. You don't have to be following up with them daily, but if you know they're going through a hard time, message them every couple of weeks, you know, message them, ask them what's going on, ask them how they're doing, ask them if they thought about getting back into the business and getting going. You might see a lot of them. I get this all the time. I have people who fall off the bandwagon, you know, once every single month, and I'm still reaching out to them every single time because I know that they can do this. It's just going to take their time to realize that they can do it. And so you want to make sure you're following up with those distributors that are falling off the bandwagon, but also your distributors who are working right now. And I'm not saying put your all into those people who are falling off all the time. You do not want to waste your time carrying and dragging someone to the finish line. But you do want to follow up with them consistently, you know, once a month, every couple of weeks, you know, just seeing how they're doing. If you know, they're ignoring you, cool, follow up with them in the next couple of months. And that's what I usually do. And then as far as your brand new distributors, you want to make sure you're keeping that line of communication open all the time. And so I like to follow up with them literally every single day when they first get started. Once they know what they're doing, they go into consistency group chat. If they don't do everything that's in the consistency group chat, I definitely follow up with them. And I ask them what they're doing, you know, how is it going, what they need extra help on, making sure that you're there for them. And there are some people who are going to come on your team. Most people are going to come on your team, and they're going to need that extra help, okay? They're going to need you to literally tell them what to do, section by section, minute by minute. They're going to need that because they come from the corporate world. And most of us who come from the corporate world are used to being told what to do. I remember when I first started, my enroller literally just completely fell off the bandwagon, left me high and dry, and didn't even follow up with me at all. And then, you know, when I went Emerald, pretty much told me that nobody on her team was working, and boohoo, cry me a river type of stuff. And so the reason why we didn't really build that much of a relationship is because she never checked in with me. She never asked me how I was doing. She never asked me if I needed more help. And that's why her business was failing, was because she was not following up the way that she needed to be doing. Okay. So that's pretty much it when it comes to following up with your distributors, making sure that you're doing that every single day. If they're completely off the bandwagon, like I said, don't waste your time dragging people when they are pushing themselves to the mud, pretty much, and letting themselves do it. Okay. So as of right now, does anybody have any questions? Because I literally wrote down all that for training. If you have any, go ahead and go in the group chat right now and you can ask. And I'm going to only hold it open for like a minute, and then we're going to get off of here. If I can find my chat. Okay, so from here on out, if you have any questions, put it in the group chat. I'm more than willing to answer anybody's questions that they have about following up. Always remember that you're going to have to follow up more than one time, and it's going to feel draining after a while. And that's why self-development is so important to do every single day, because you're going to feel like you're asking and you're asking and you're asking, and nobody wants this. But you need to keep telling yourself that everybody wants this, because that's going to build your confidence. That's going to make you keep going and keep asking, because you know for a fact that person is going to join, or that person is going to get started. One thing I started doing, and I've even done this with a couple of the girls on my team. For example, my sister, she just got started. When I went out to breakfast with her, I was talking to her about the business, and I looked right at her and I said, I know you're going to join. It's literally just a matter of when. That might sound really cocky, but I'm telling you, people who are asking you questions about this business and asking you questions about what you're doing or the products that you have, they are going to get started with you. They're going to join you, or they're going to use your products, It's just a matter of when. And so that is your job to continue following up with them until you find that yes that you're looking for. Okay. So that's it for follow-up training. I hope you guys learned something from it, and I will talk to you guys later.